We have Steve Merrill here again at wagertalks.com to talk about the Miami-Louisville matchup Saturday. Steve, we have a 5.5 spread here for Miami against Louisville with a 59.5 over. What is your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I run 10,000 simulations through my database every week for every FBS game on the board. We get an average margin of victory, and it's not, we just don't blindly play that, but it's obviously a starting spot. And I very rarely want to give up line value in games in which I think it's at least a field goal or more off, especially at this point in the season when these numbers are coming pretty sharp. And you'll see if you check the Wager Talk live odds screen that this line did open as low as 4.5 earlier in the week. And it's really up to 5 now in most locations. So a little bit of money's coming in with Miami. I disagree with that move, though. In fact, my simulation favors Miami by just over 1.5. They actually project less than a 2-point win in this game. So I do think there's some line value here with Louisville. So now we dig a little bit deeper and we see, can they hang here? This is a team that's 4-2 straight up on the season. Miami does have a big game against Florida State next week. Now, obviously, that's not as huge as it would have been maybe preseason when we were looking at the schedule, but it's still a spot where you do worry about Miami laying more than a field goal on the road with a big game on deck. And then on top of that, at 6-0, I do think they're a little bit inflated now in the public perception. This is a very good Miami team, though. I mean, when they throw the ball, they're averaging a first down. They throw the ball 39 times a game for 10.5 yards per pass. That means every time they drop back, they're getting a first down on average. And Louisville's pass defense has been very average this season. But Louisville has plenty of potential to keep this game close. They're averaging 9 yards per pass, almost 6 yards per carry. So that gets you also looking at the total here. 59.5 for two offenses that almost throw for 10 yards per pass is a little light as well. So I think the over could be worth a look. And if you check those Wager Talk live odds, you'll see some books do have 60.5. So I would expect this total to go a little bit higher by kickoff.
Absolutely. If you want more great analysis from Steve Merrill, you can catch Steve Merrill at wagertalks.com to get Steve's best bets, as well as Steve Merrill's takes and Mark Rogers' takes at the Voice of College Football Patreon and YouTube account at Voice of College Football Bets.
College football is even more exciting with some action on the line. And the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Let's start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread. I've got a 40-year track record. In fact, in 2023, at $100 played per game, you would have netted over $9,300. And guess what? I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill, our ace in the hole, show stopper from Wager Talk. 6 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick, which went 21-5 against the spread the last 2 seasons. I repeat, 21-5 against the spread. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Steve Dace and Matt Zemek. Become a YouTube channel member or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2024 a winner now.